Nestled between Tony Gwynn Drive and Trevor Hoffman Way, this is Petco Park. We've got a perfect day for baseball. The Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. Dinger alert, Singy. This guy's gone yard more than anyone in the league so far.
Yeah, Boog, I've had this one marked on my calendar all week. He changes games with one swing. Seriously, though, why do they keep pitching to him? It's just a launching pad.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. Today's starting pitcher, Yu Darvish. What do you have on him, Singy?
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub-350 ERA, and you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub-2s, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even.
Swing from Acuna, big drive, deep left field, and that one hops the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Michael Harris II getting ready to hit. A 5-hit ball game yesterday, so we'll see how he backs it up here. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that lands inside the party porch for a home run. Bottoms up, his second of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. High velocity up and in is just such a difficult location for the hitter, but this time he pulls the hands tight to the body, gets through this pitch. What conviction in that swing. Awesome job at the plate.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Matt Olson up to the plate. Double play ball to second. On to Bogarts. Out. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Austin Riley. 6 hits in the series, 2 of them for home runs. Right side. Tatis has a beat on it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Braves pick up 2 on the long ball. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. And we're back. And on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Reynaldo Lopez. Chris, a pretty remarkable season on the mound for him.
Yeah, just a real solid season last year, finishing with a sub-2 ERA. That's getting it done. That is not having more than maybe one subpar start in the season. It's pretty much domination from wire to wire. And when you can do that against good hitters today that are looking to get the ball in the air, hit the ball over the fence, and slug, really impressive in what he did last year, and I only expect him to build on it this season.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. The shortstop takes the ball. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter,
Inside, ball one.
any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Right through there for a strike.
First two hitters get
1-1.
punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Padres go down 1-2-3. Back here at Petco Park. Here's Profar now. Darvish back to work. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. I've gotten to call some incredible NLDS games here at Petco Park between the Padres and their fierce rivals, the LA Dodgers. NLDS Game 4 here in 22 when the Padres knocked off LA, and then Game 4 in 2024 when the Dodgers started their comeback and eventual run to the World Series. One of the great fan environments in baseball. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. And they boost their lead. It's 3-0.
He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
So here's Murphy now. That one ripped. That's back there. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Well, I think the wind ended up being a factor right there. It's whipping in from right field right now. So otherwise, I think that ball's out of here.
Hard hit to third. Machado throws to first in time. And that is that. Albies with the key hit for Atlanta. It's now 3-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. Tatis launched a homer in his most recent game. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. And that is out of play. And a pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
1 out, base is empty. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. And now it's Elias Diaz. And the first offering is not close.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Down the line. Acuna on the run. Makes the grab. Nice play after the long run. And that is that. Top half of the 3rd inning. Stepping in, Ronald Acuna Jr. Out to short. Bogarts handles the chance. Sends it across to first. One up, one down.
Now back, the center fielder,
Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. He's already homered in this game. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Merrill sizing this one up. 2 away now.
Now back, designated hitter.
2 down, bases empty. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that is that. Braves go down. Set for the bottom of the third. Now here is Jake Cronenworth. Cronenworth, a 7th-round pick by the Rays in 2015 out of the University of Michigan, where he was a two-way guy. And in fact, the Rays used him that way. In the air, left field, down the line. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Around second now, as they still don't have it. Here comes Cronenworth around third. Now a relay to the plate. Save. He comes all the way around for an inside the park home run.
Well, they call it one of the most exciting plays in baseball for a reason, Boog. Always fun to see an inside the parker. And, man, he was flying out of the box. And I think that by the time he was getting to second, he had it in his mind to go all the way. That's just great hustle from start to finish.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Connor Joe, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here in the last half of the third. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Profar settles under it, makes the grab, and that will end the inning. And we're back. And the batter now, Matt Olson. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. The relay to second, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Austin Riley at the plate. Flied to right his first time. Hammered, base hit, and he boots it.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now batting Jurickson Profar. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike. Profar, who hails from Curacao, same place that produced Andrew Jones. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Merrill makes the grab on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
On the ground to first, and it goes just foul.
Well, here's an interesting stat on Darvish. He has more than 100 wins in his big league career. The only Japanese-born pitcher with more wins is Hideo Nomo.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double as a run scores.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. And it sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Matt Waldron.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be
line drive. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there are 2 outs.
Well, it was a bad read off the bat, but he still managed to make the catch. That could have turned out much worse. Catch saved him a run.
Here's Orlando Arcia. Grounded out his first time. That one hammered left field. That's back. And that one is gone. He sends a rocket to left. And they add to the lead. It's 7-1. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Man, I hated knuckleball. Seems like it's so hard to square him up and hit the ball hard, but this guy had no problem at all. It was like he was born to do this. Really good piece of hitting, just a sound swing, and he stayed within himself.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Machado throws to first in time. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Atlanta gets 3 on the homer. It's now 7-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in San Diego, and the batter will be the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. And first offering is fouled off. Bogaerts, multi-time All-Star, 32 years old, and he was born in Aruba.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
That's hard hit on the line. And out number 1 on the grab. Here comes Luis Arraez to the plate. If you're looking for contact, this is your guy.
Yeah, and if you're looking for batting titles, he's also your guy. Arraez is the first player in MLB history to win 3 straight with 3 different teams. The Twins, Marlins, and the Padres.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Padres, the right fielder,
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And first offering is fouled off. He swings and fouls one off. Here's the 0-2. And El Nino is stifled for the K. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They're down 7-1. We go to the top of the 5th. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Waldron back to work. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Braves, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Nobody out, runner at first. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Joe brings it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt.
Here's Matt Olson now. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Now batting, the third baseman, Austin.
Here is Austin Riley. 1 for 2. That one fouled off. Harris, the lead runner at second. Olson over at first with one away. On the ground to the left. And that one handled. One at second. Over to first, but he beats it. Here's the switch hitting left fielder Jurickson Profar. 0 for 2 in this one. Well struck right field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Runner in from third to extend their lead. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Swing and a ground ball. He steps on the bag. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Back here at Petco Park, here comes Manny Machado.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Misses off the inside. And the count 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Profar settles under it. Makes the grab. One away.
Up next for the Padres.
Here's Elias Diaz. That one's in there. 0-1. The Braves up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
And first offering is fouled off.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Right through there for a strike. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
2 outs. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Lopez gets the swing and the miss. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Padres down in order. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Swung on, belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Here comes the 0-1. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. He'll touch them all. He's up to 3 home runs in the series, and they add to their lead. It's 9-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient.
Randy Vasquez takes over on the mound.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Merrill on the move to the alley. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 3. And a rope into center field, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now back the center fielder, Michael.
Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Harris II. He's already homered here in this one. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
So first and second with 2 outs. Matt Olson next up for the Braves. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Braves get 1 on the big fly. And this is now a 9-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Jason Hayward. Fastball for a strike.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come 1 at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Albies over to first in time. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Here's the left fielder, Connor Joe. Went down on strikes his first time through. Right through there for a strike.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
And foul ball.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
Chop to the left side. Riley tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down. And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. On a line, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
And first offering is fouled off. That one hit to right. And that's a fair ball. Lead runner around second. Merrill around third. He will score. Lead runner stops at second.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. With the pitch away, that's exactly what you want to do with it. Drive it the other way. And right there,
just barely able to keep it fair down the line for the double.
Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Foul ball. Lopez fires. Got him swinging. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 6 full. Braves 9 and the Padres 2. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Profar gets a piece there. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post there. Cronenworth. There's 1. And that's 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
2 outs, base is empty. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. And there's a fly ball deep right field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's Sean Murphy. That one down the line. Could be extra bases. Albies makes the turn at second. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out. Now Orlando Arcia. That's a base hit. Run scores. So 2 on with 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's the 3rd out. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Braves 10 and the Padres 2. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Fastball for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Whips it to first, and they take care of Tatis for the out.
You can tell by their swings, this lineup is having trouble gauging speeds. Timing is everything in hitting, and right now they just don't have it.
Now Machado up here. He was late there. Strike 1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
On the ground, out to short. Arcia whips it to first. Machado out of the play. And here's the catcher, Elias Diaz.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a chopper out to short. Throw on to Olsen. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. This one all set for the start of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Vasquez back to work. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Cronenworth throws on to first. First out in the top of the 8th. Now it's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Tatis makes the grab. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And now Matt Olson up to hit.
Matt Olson.
On the ground. Throws to first in time. And Olson is set down. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Braves go down quietly. And the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Back here in San Diego. Now here's Jake Cronenworth. And first offering is fouled off. And Jake has entered the K zone.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Harris pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. So digging in now for San Diego, Connor Joe. And a foul ball. 0-1. Fought off foul. 2 outs, base is empty. And they'll do it again. Up the middle. Sneaks through, base hit.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Fouled off left side. Joe off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Harris snags it on the run. Padres leave 1. And the deficit stays at 8. It's 10-2. And we're back. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Austin Riley.
Swings here and blasts one left field. Joe ranging back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Well, off the bat, I thought for sure it had enough to get out of here, but that wind's kind of blowing in from left, and I think that's what made the difference.
Swing and a ball line to center. Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. And there's 2 away.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time, as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Albies in the box now. No balls and a strike. Ripped to right. Reaching for it and brings it in. No runs, no hits. Back here at Petco Park. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Xander Bogaerts. Pulls that one foul.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game. Here in the 9th inning.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Number 63 on to pitch out of the pen here. On for his major league debut, and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time You get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, I'm sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Luis Ariz stands in. 0 for 3 in this one. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1. The Padres with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Got him looking. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger.
Tatis at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Right down the chute, and it's 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
The Padres down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Offensive explosion today for these players. They gave up a few runs, but they had more than enough firepower to turn this one into a blowout.
10-2 the final in this one. Hello from Petco Park in beautiful downtown San Diego. This is the game of the week on MLB The Show. The Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah.
First pitch coming your way next. So, almost ready to get underway, showing the slab in today's game. Nick Pivetta, what do you have on him?
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4, but this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball.
Hit hard, should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And one pitch into the inning, it's a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Line drive. One down. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He'll circle the bases. That's his 4th home run of the series. And the Braves have the lead now. It's 2-0. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat.
And Olsen is set down. 2 down, bases empty. Austin Riley digs in now, having a big series so far with 8 hits. That's to third, and that one finds its way through. Around first, heading for 2. Throws to second. Throw in is offline, so he'll get in there with a 2-out double.
Wastes no time there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Profar climbs in on that left side. Lifted in the air, right field. Tatis has this one sized up. Makes the grab, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy. Back here in San Diego, and today's starter, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Stepping in for San Diego, Jackson Merrill. And there's a foul ball. There's a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end, trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
The 0-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. One up, one down. Now here's Xander Bogaerts now. 3 hits and 12 trips so far in the series. And first offering is fouled off. Schwellenbach, 24 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2021. That one finds the zone. 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Batting third, the first
Luis Ariz stands in. That one pushed foul. 2 outs, base is empty. To third. Padres go down 1-2-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Pivetta back to work. And that one fouled off. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Here's Sean Murphy, 5 for 13 in the series. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Merrill snags it for the second out. Two outs, base is empty. And next for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. 2 hits yesterday. 1 was a home run. Ground ball left side, and that squirts through. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. There's a swing and a drive. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Man at second. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Joe makes the play, and that is that. Braves strand 1. They're up 2-0. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms in the sport. And that's outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
Fouled off down the right side.
With Tatis at the plate, we're looking at a player that is never going to be considered boring. He's an electric player that manages to make plays most players wouldn't consider trying. And he plays the game his own way. It's a big reason why he's considered such a fan favorite.
Next offering is fouled back. Fights it off. He'll see another. Tatis waits. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Well, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
This one high in the air to left center. Harris makes the grab. 1 down. Here's Manny Machado. Just 2 for 11 in the series so far. And first offering is fouled off. One out, bases empty. And he grounds one to the right side. Albies. Machado is out. Elias Diaz, the next up for the Padres. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Profar has a beat on it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back here at Petco Park. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now in for the Braves. Michael Harris II. That one ripped right center field. And an automatic double as it hops the fence.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next hitter to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the finale of this 4-game set. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. And that one's off the wall. That holds the lead runner, and now they've got 2 in scoring position. And he's going to get to second with nobody out. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Matt Olson will hit next. Golden opportunity right here. And that one fouled off. Base hit. 1 run is in. Runner stops at 3rd, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
Big RBI for him right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And the batter now, Austin Riley. Ripped, but it curls foul.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch.
On the ground to 3rd. On to Cronenworth. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. Jurickson Profar next up for the Braves. He's 0 for 1. Now a screamer into the outfield. And a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
He was all over that one. That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
They stop the lead runner at 2nd. Now 2 on with 2 outs. And now Sean Murphy, 0 for 1 so far. Cut on and lifted in the air. Tatis sizes this one up, nabs it, and that is that. So 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Padres definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today. Got to be careful here. This is the type of hitter that can punish you, even with pitches outside the zone.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Oh, this guy's been pretty much a non.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
Last chance for the Padres. Here's Manny Machado now. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
And Manny gets a piece. Schwellenbach is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing.